Should we start this puppy up?
Well, you got to turn all the keys at once. Oh
yeah, here we go. The song.
Let's go.
We got a song.
We got a song, everyone. Okay, young boy's giving me looks. I don't know what's going on.
Young boy's ready to tear shit up.
I know he is.
I feel like I've met you before, and that's an alternate reality.
Oh, you have. I've met him before. I've met him a lot.
You've met him before.
You guys look like the Sausage Boys from an alternate universe.
The future of the Sausage Boys.
Boom, what's happening?
Yeah.
Welcome. This is the Sausage Boys podcast coming at you. This is the South Coast poster child here, Jackson Grant.
This is a real show, by the way. This is a real show.
With, as always, the Terry Crews of Sydney.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
The Steamroller.
Who's the steamroller? Oh yeah, the steamroller.
This guy. Karim Diallo, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a morning radio show, by the way. This is
I know coffee.
That is our aesthetic, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's gimmicky, it's silly, and this is weird for me. This is a bit of a crossover.
This is a
episode.
Yeah.
From the Drink Water podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we have Omar the Messenger,
Thank you.
Raf Diallo.
Also known as.
How are you, my dude?
I'm glad to be here in the West. Beautiful night, Monday.
Yeah.
Long day of work. A
Beautiful.
lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about on this episode.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, our
Yes.
second guest, ladies and gentlemen, of the Stop Talking Over Me podcast.
Yeah, my great claim to fame. My one credit.
You know him. If you've been listening to our show, you know this guy.
If you're trying to do comedy in Sydney,
You
you
know-
have to actually go through him.
Yeah.
You have to show him that you've bought a drink in order to perform.
If you want to...
Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah.
Bring it straight back to that. That's good. That's good. You know.
Hughie Phillips, ladies and
Hughie
gentlemen.
Phillips. It's
hello.
me. I'm back. Fourth time on the show, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Dang.
Is it more than
That's
that? I
massive.
think it's more
I did
than
one
that.
solo, one
With Finn.
another solo recently, and then this is my second.
With Raf Dog.
I thought you did two with Finn.
No, I don't
Really?
think we did. No,
Really?
just one. Maybe it was a double. Maybe it
It
had
was
two
a double
parts.
episode. It was a two-part.
Yeah, it was a long one. We got into it.
I have
He's
a
an
feeling.
OG.
I have a feeling we're going to get a little bit
We cracked the
political
truth.
today.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to get a little bit political.
Should we put disclaimers out now for our future career? Like, what do we want to say? I support all people.
Yeah, I guess disclaimers. It's something that everyone has to do.
Seriously.
This is a joke. The whole thing's a joke. If we do uncover the truth, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
That's
Everything
when
else,
it-
though, was a joke.
Yeah.
Hughie's afraid to talk about the truth because he thinks someone's going to come and kill him.
Yeah, that was your thing last episode. You keep on
Yeah.
bringing up this thing where, I can't say this on mic because I'm going to be murdered. I can't
Not
say this
because I'm going to get
be
murdered,
killed.
because it's just like visa applications would probably get difficult.
So what are these things? Like it's
Yeah.
very
Visa applications.
it's very enticing when you kind of bring up these ideas. Do you want to say one of them?
Yeah,
You can
9/11.
tell-
9/11.
9/11.
Who's responsible for 9/11?
The Wasps, bro. I'm proud of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Who are
White
the Wasps?
Anglo-Saxon Protestants did that.
I know. I mean, if you're going
100%.
to, if you're going to sting
Cheney,
us, you
the
may as well
Bushes.
make some honey.
What do you mean they did that?
Well, they planned the dog, you know. There was a bit of involvement for sure. You can't deny there was involvement.
I like
But the
this.
Saudis also played a part.
Okay.
So it wasn't Osama, top dog?
Well, he was Saudi, so he was like connected to the Bushes in a big way.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the Bin Ladens, before anyone, the public knew what the fuck was going on, all of the Bin Ladens in America, there were heaps, like only Uni and...
So there are multiple Bin Laden.
There's heaps, bro.
There
The
have been-
FBI
there have
flew
been
them out
Ladens.
when no one was allowed to
There've been-
fly.
There have been Ladens, everyone.
When every plane was grounded in America and no one was allowed to fly, the only people who were flying were the Bin Ladens out.
Dang.
They were being flown out by the FBI.
How many are there? How many are we talking?
It'd be upwards of a lot.
Goodness.
I don't know a number. I don't know him personally.
Was there a
Not
female?
yet.
Was there a female Bin Laden?
Yeah, there were definitely female Bin Ladens.
Really?
There were a few like going to Harvard and shit,
Dang.
just getting educated.
How come no one knows about this?
Well, Bin Laden Construction Group, the Citibank was doing the banking for them.
I don't know if that's a joke.
I like to think a real blue collar Bin Laden.
They did.
He's
Like
got his
what?
lunchbox.
hey,
He's
I'm
sitting-
bombing over here. Hey, buddy, I'm trying to make a bomb over here.
He's just sitting on
I
the
did a
scaffolding.
delivery. I did a delivery to Citibank the other day, and their security's pretty full on. You got to go through like checkpoints to deliver a letter.
Oh.
And I felt like going, you guys do the financing for these fucking these alleged the people who we apparently did all these things. So what do you? They're not going to bomb. No one's attacking this place. No one's. There's no terrorist attack on Citigroup, and if there was, it would be foiled because they're in control. But anyway, that's how.
No, this is good. This is going to be the podcast, by the way. We're going to go down the
Starting
rabbit
with the
hole.
top dog.
Yeah.
9/11.
9/11. Anything else we should know? This is the
Well,
rabbit hole episode
let's
a
just
little
go off the facts. Let's just
Yeah.
talk about things that happened on that day.
bit. Let's go.
Let's just go off the
Okay,
bat.
firstly,
Have died.
There are a lot
Firstly-
of Jewish people.
No, that's not-
in the entertainment industry.
Walter Lieberman didn't go into work that day.
Well, firstly,
and they all got
so
a text message, which was interesting.
the Iraq war plans went across a desk a day or two before.
Dang. So this is a fact.
That's a fact.
Right.
On the morning of 9/11, there were war games going on where planes were being hijacked and flown into the UN building a few blocks from the World Trade Centers.
Right.
On the morning of, which means all of the fighter aircraft, all of the air traffic controller kind of operations and stuff were all scrambled doing a war game of what exactly was happening. So they're all so confused.
Right.
People making phone calls from aeroplanes at 30,000 feet with their cell phone, which is impossible. The most surveilled building in the world, the Pentagon, there's only one, like, 2-frame video of a plane,
I always hear about that.
alleged
yeah.
plane. I mean, was it a plane? I mean, from the breakdown of that building, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, what happened was
This is Tim Dillon's uncle, by the
the
way.
nose, the
This
nose,
is Tim Dillon's uncle. He talks
it
about
crashed
these
into the
meets in
building,
woods.
and they reckon the nose was like fully intact because it punched a hole in a wall like deep inside, fully intact as a plane would be. It was obviously a drone, but
So a drone
and then
went
Tower
into them.
7 obviously fell. I mean, just look up Ace Elevators. You know what I mean? Like there was all this construction going on. There's a great documentary called the Lemaire Brothers 9/11 documentary, and they followed like a fire crew,
Right.
and now following this probationary firefighter. Just through his early career, and they it was like the only firehouse in New York where no one died. It's incredible. And one of the guys, literally 10 minutes after the attack, they're all back at the firehouse like, holy fuck. And he goes, oh, controlled demolition for sure. Which is not evidence really, but there was definitely like controlled demolition. The physics of it don't make sense.
So what happened exactly? With
I don't know. I don't know. But the official story isn't real.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
You know why this isn't a good conspiracy?
Why?
It's because I don't.
Towers aren't there anymore.
yeah. It's because everyone knows it didn't happen like they say it happened.
That's true.
And I'm not even a conspiracy guy. I just don't believe it. But
Everyone
it's like,
kind of agrees.
It's like
yeah.
my phone. My phone just works. I don't need to know how it works. I just know it works.
What do you guys think happened?
Yeah, you know about phones.
Yeah. What's going on with phones?
Well, where am I going with that, or what
I know
happened
this
for 9/11?
this is tricky.
Go 9/11.
Yeah.
Talk to
Let's
this.
Rebuttal
Yeah.
the explosion. So do you
Okay.
think that was that Dick Cheney,
Just got to watch
George Bush?
the mic.
What part?
Right next to the mouth.
There were planned demolitions in the building.
I think it would have been a CIA operation. The Bush family is intrinsically connected to the CIA through.
Couldn't that also just have been the terrorists planning bombs in the building? Just as likely, if they were trying to
do you
destroy
think,
the building.
like the story is
Yeah.
that there was like 18 random like hijackers from the caves of Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
and like Pakistan and everywhere, right? Do you think they would have been able to do? No way. Like there was a whole construction thing going on with Ace Elevator. There was a contract for the building for the elevators, but for just randomly there was another company that came in for the 9 months before to do a whole thing. The whole building had to be taken down anyway because it was built fully with asbestos. So the bill was about $1 billion. This
is part of the reason why they wanted to
Well,
take
it's
it
probably
down.
Larry Silverstein would have probably been contacted. I mean, he had like he just didn't turn up to work that day for no apparent reason.
Okay, Kanye.
It's yay, bro. It's yay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's go into that. Larry
between-
Silverstein's the owner of
the contract. So he took out an insurance policy on 1, 2, and 7 for terrorist insurance.
when was this?
Like 2 months before.
Okay, gosh.
which is an interesting
And
move.
he didn't turn up to work that day.
No.
Okay.
He just thought I don't know, he just thought maybe I'll take a day off. Take a morning off, you know? And then when Tower 7 fell, he yelled over the radio, the FDNY radio, pull it, and then like 3 seconds later the thing fell. That was obviously a controlled demolition. I mean, anyway.
Maybe he was getting a hand job.
Potentially. Mrs. Silverstein. Yeah.
He was trying to drive stick with his daughter. Yeah, that's the nicer joke. That's the family friendly one.
There was a lot of construction going on in the building at the time that no one really knows about. People in the offices, like eyewitnesses, are talking about construction going on.
And we heard of a construction
We
group
heard of it.
earlier.
Nah. It was CIA. It was CIA Saudi kind of operation, I reckon.
And what's their purpose for, I guess, the attack or the controlled demolition?
The Patriot Act, invasion of Iraq, invasion of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Military industrial, money laundering.
Just trying to pull him up, and it's like, that's good reasons.
That's pretty good. And I
makes
guess
sense.
it's the whole idea they had to weigh up, okay, we're going to sacrifice the life of thousands of Americans in order to achieve this. And that's where
They've killed their own people before. It's like they don't care.
Where else has this happened
Yeah.
like such a large scale?
To that.
Astro World.
Probably. Well, Pearl Harbor, they knew that was coming. That Pearl Harbor was either the same thing. The thing with 9/11 is it was either they knew it was coming and they let it happen.
I agree with that 100%.
Well, they definitely like German intelligence.
Yeah. They were definitely
Israeli
following
intelligence
the guys the whole time.
Let the CIA know. They sent memos
Yeah.
across his desk saying Bin Laden is planning a terrorist attack. He's going to hijack the airplane. Other intelligence agencies were sending those memos across the desk multiple times right before it. Right. They knew it was coming. That's an undeniable fact. The question is whether
They set it up.
helped a little bit and kind of let it go, or it was very much they were a big part of it. And at the end of the day, no one we'll all die not knowing what happened.
Right.
But we know that it wasn't. The official story isn't the story, and that's just. I mean, if you don't, that's
I think
just
it's the whole. It's like what Jackson was mentioning, though. Everyone kind of agrees with you.
It was a bit dodgy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The average. The average person isn't being like, oh no, that definitely happened exactly the way.
Well, it's like the flight, like those
did.
maneuvers that those pilots did. They were not even qualified to fly a Cessna, like a shitty Cessna, on their own in any way. Like their teachers at the flight schools these guys could not fly at all.
Yeah.
And those maneuvers.
Well, that's why they
those
flew
guys
into a
did-
building.
No, but the maneuvers that they did. The maneuvers that they did were incredible, and they got a bunch of like fighter pilots and like super experienced pilots in like simulators, and most of them couldn't do it.
Yeah. So what's going on in the planes?
9/11 flight simulator.
I feel like that's the biggest thing as well, that you have nothing to compare it to either. You can't be like, well, this terrorist attack, the buildings, everything worked perfectly, but this one was like this, so obviously something's wrong. It's such a chaotic, random thing. You can't really simulate it.
Was it chaotic? Like it worked. It was all pretty precise. Like it was like two planes hit there, one plane hit there. Flight 96 was shot down for sure.
Yeah.
By who?
And then probably the America.
Have you seen the movie that they hijacked?
That's all bullshit. That's a whole bullshit story.
True.
That was
I saw
shot
the
down
movie,
for sure. Yeah, I saw them. Anyway, I don't know. It's not that interesting. No, I don't think anyone's that keen. So better move.
Do you think it's just been too long? Because I actually have these feelings, like I just don't care.
It is that thing. And George Bush was like, we kind of did plan it as well.
I don't care.
I feel like no one would care if they did come out of that. We kind of, we had to go to Iraq.
It's like the
But that's
it's like
the
the
thing, would
alien
people do
scene.
anything?
Like,
It
people
had
just don't really
asbestos.
care.
It had to come down anyway.
Yeah.
Would people do anything? Do you reckon?
If they came out and said...
If it was like a known fact.
Have you ever been on public transport with like two Americans having a conversation? How annoying that is. And then if it came out that they did 9/11, I'll just be like, this is too much. I was already on the edge.
Well,
and
the American Empire is over. It's
Right.
That's not,
Let's
Got
hear
some
this.
new leaders
Let's hear
coming
this.
along.
Yeah, we do have some new leaders coming along. What's going on? The American Empire is over. Who's taking over China? What's the deal?
I don't know who's taking over, but I read a book, Chris Hedges' book is pretty good. It's called the America the Farewell Tour, and it talks about just the fact is the death of the American middle class and the sexualization of culture and the drug addiction and the everything. It's all fucked. The whole
It's
thing's
over.
fucked.
What's happened? Have they done this to themselves? Is this
It's just, greed, man.
Infiltration from another country, like Russia
I
or
wouldn't
China
say
or
that.
something
It's
like
just,
that? Or is
it's
this
just we're returning back to serfdom.
right.
I think.
Down.
What is serfdom?
Yo, dude. Whoa. Yeah. What is serfdom?
This is so funny. Anytime I hear a silly thing that I'm like, I can do something here.
That'd be great. Everyone's just like, yo, dudes, let's hit the waves.
What is serfdom?
Yeah. What's serfdom?
The serfs. It's like a feudal society where there's the lord and he controls. He owns everything, and the serfs just work on the land and pay him. Give him most of their profits, and it's pretty much they live their life.
Here's one: is a utility in a dictatorship.
Definitely.
Dang.
Interesting.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I wish we need
Easier.
a sound effect.
I think
Yeah, we do
I think you're right. I think because we live in like a fascist state now. It'd be easier if we just were open about it and we just had a dictator.
That's
How
what
are we a
Nick
fascist
Fuentes
state?
was actually saying. That was one of the
Due
big
to
things
what
that came out.
COVID's everything.
I don't want to get
COVID
into the COVID vaccine.
I'm not getting into the vaccine or anything. I'm just
No.
curious how
Get
we are
into
in
it.
a
I didn't even
fascist-
have one.
No, well, I mean, the political system is you can't vote. You can't vote for real change now. It's all the two-party system doesn't work.
Right.
It's the same. It's
Yeah,
the two of the
yeah.
same people being paid off by the same people. We follow America into whatever. We have no self.
Yep.
Determination.
And here's what we realized. This is on the last one Hughie came on. This is a big realization we came to. I think the people in control have people's best interests in heart.
Definitely. The best of their ability.
They're trying to help the
That's
immigrant disabled person out west the most, rather than any big corporation.
Well, it is utilitarian though.
Yeah.
Raf just fundamentally disagrees with this.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I mean,
practical.
they want to help the vast majority. It's like the train is. You get to flick a switch. The train's going this direction or this direction. There's one person on the track here or 100 over here, and they're picking the one person.
Yeah.
People lose in every situation, and I think that's what a democracy does. Makes it the majority of the people win. And I don't see a world where no one loses. But
course.
There
I mean,
always need to be losers. Is that the thing?
I guess.
Unless
But
we all follow Jesus.
Yeah. What's the answer? Is Jesus
well, I guess
the
that's why
way?
I'm winning, brother.
What is the answer to world peace?
Yeah. What's the answer? I think we may have. This
Throw
always
around the
seems to
room.
be
But this
happening.
is
You're
the-
quite pessimistic,
I
young
don't think
boy.
there is an answer
You're
to world
more-
peace.
yeah.
It's human nature. I mean, this shit's been
Right.
happening the whole time. There's always going to be a lord, and there's always going to be serfs, and there's always going to be a war, and everyone's always going to be killing and doing other bad things to each other.
Right.
I don't think it's ever going to change. Humans are. I mean, the whole human operation is kind of.
It's phenomenal.
It annoys me.
It's phenomenal how well it works. People drive on a road and there's crashes I mean, well, we're in
Very
fucking...
rare.
See the Anzac.
Yeah.
What happened on the Anzac Bridge
Yes,
on
what-
Friday
yeah,
night?
What went on?
I
Can
did
I
not.
just say, you have a ding on the Anzac Bridge.
Yeah.
Don't pull over to exchange details on the Anzac Bridge. Keep driving. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say, but that's not.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Dang. And then what? Someone hit.
Someone
them?
just smashed into them and killed both of them.
What?
What's the
How
answer?
did I not hear about that?
It's on Friday night.
Do you know what's
Crazy.
awkward about the Anzac Bridge? What do you do? Like go off until Balmain, or what? Where do you go into the
That's
city?
You follow
why-
them home.
I was riding my bike across the Anzac Bridge and I missed the bike path. And I ended up on the bridge. I had to pull over into there was a little bit. I had to hop over climb over the concrete barricade to get onto the bike path. That was stressful, man.
And then you ran up the back of 2 cars.
Yeah. I killed 2 people in the bike
Hit and
path.
run. R.I.P.
Dang. Right.
That's
so what?
sad.
What went on? So there was a little ding.
I don't know the whole
Went to
story, but I
exchange
think it was a
details.
small crash and they both pulled over.
I don't know the whole thing, but
And
I
they
know
were
it's an
both
inside job by
out
the
of their
Saudis
car.
and the
It was an MKUltra operation for sure. Nah, but yeah, it's pretty bad. But Sydney drivers, I mean, they've got no idea.
I think they're great.
Sydney drivers.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty good most of the time. But I'm not on a bike.
I'm not on a bike.
I'm
No one likes
growing-
bike.
I am
people,
growing
though.
to empathise with bike people.
It's tough. It's a
It's
tough
very
life out there.
tough.
I mean, the street smarts on even pedestrians is incredible. Just the phones, the headphones. There's a lack of senses. People are losing all their senses. I mean, people will.
Well, they're trying
step
to
out.
walk on a footpath. It's fair enough.
No, I've seen people like like a four-way intersection in the city, and the one pedestrian thing goes green, so they hear the sound and they step out as a car starts accelerating. I see that maybe 6 or 7 times a day.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Because they're on their
Yeah, of
phone, they hear
course.
that sound, and then they just walk out in front. Or even people walking on their phone as the light goes green, like they go for a fucking a flashing red man, but they
Yes.
don't even hurry. It's just fully, and then those people should be hit.
Should we bring that in as law?
I think you should be allowed to
You're allowed
when
to
that
hit
light
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
green, you should hit the gas and be at the speed limit straight away. And if
Not to
anyone
100.
who's in the way, I'm sorry, but you're out of the gene pool.
I always thought of it like a bull rush. If I get caught, let's say, I try to run the light, get halfway through, the cars start coming, I assume they're going to go at full speed. I've always had that idea, but a lot of people will just do the normal walk.
But those people need to be removed.
And those people need to be removed.
Yeah.
Is that probably good?
I think people. Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to stop for the pedestrians in the street.
Cars should have right away. Possibly.
I think that I heard a good saying. There's a lot of people who had right of way who are in the cemetery. You know, like
That's actually great.
who cares?
I really like that one. I really like that one.
You know, it's like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Like even the way I ride in traffic because everyone is like 3 or 4 seconds behind the ball when a light goes green.
Yeah, of course.
So the light goes yellow, then it goes red, then you got like a second before the other light goes green, and then you got like another second before anyone starts accelerating.
Right.
So when the light goes red, you've got about 3 seconds to get through that intersection.
Okay.
And even then,
I've
they'll
always
slow
thought
down
that.
for you
Yeah.
usually.
When everyone's stopped, do you like go to the front of the line?
Yeah.
Dang, I hate that.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
the bikes
making
go
the
to the-
money,
I love it,
mate.
Hughie.
Making the money.
So I just don't go anywhere anymore.
I'm a professional
Stay at
cyclist,
home.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
you're
my
just
trade.
like a
Everything,
public transport person.
Well, you just work from home, never have to leave.
Well, that's true. That's probably
Stay
the
inside, look out the window. Like,
Yeah. Beautiful.
my trade is getting through traffic faster than a car, like getting through CBD traffic. That's my trade.
Yeah, no, literally. Do you take it really serious?
Some people do. There's world championships.
Are you kidding?
It's
Wait, you're
huge.
a delivery man?
Yeah.
I'm a
Uber-
bike messenger. Yeah.
Oh, fresh.
You're not doing Uber Eats anymore.
Well, I got fired last week.
From Uber?
No,
or from, this new
my
job?
new job, proper bike messenger job.
And he's
then
like, Hughie, you can't keep on telling the
So I-
clients
I
about
went back to
9/11.
Uber, yeah.
Really? Like, they just...
I know.
We get it's an inside job, but they don't need to know this.
Yeah.
They just need the paper delivery.
Yeah, I give him a rundown when I deliver to Goldman Sachs. I'm like, do you know who you're funding? It's just like some fucking receptionist on like an internship.
And she goes, yes, and then slams the door.
Yeah.
You look through the window, she's wearing a robe.
No, I got fired. I got fired, and then I got a message today at lunchtime going, "Why aren't you at work?"
I love that.
I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm not."
fired
You
me.
I
fired
didn't really
me.
mean you were fired.
And then I work for like a bike messenger labour hire company that then outsources.
Right.
So then I got a call from my other boss, and he goes, "Oh mate, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you're back," which is good.
Really? They want you back?
Yeah, I'm back tomorrow. Back
Why,
in the
why
office
did you get
tomorrow.
fired?
We lost one of our half the jobs. Like one of the big clients fucked off, so a lot of boys. are
Oh,
kind
so
of-
just laid off.
yeah. I wasn't fired for breaking the rules, being a naughty boy.
Okay.
It's a good job. It's a good job in the way that you can get away with a lot.
Right.
Like, it's not that harsh.
It's not as harsh as...
you don't actually see. I've never even seen my boss. He's
That's-
nothing
that's
more
good.
than like a text and like the occasional phone call.
I kind of like that.
He's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like God.
You'll send prophecy here.
God, who you go? No, it's 3:00. Just leave me alone.
That's true.
I'm done.
That's true. Yeah, it's time to... Yeah, I'm no longer a Christian at 3.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on religion?
I think it's, you know what? As much as I think we all need to be free thinking and all that, I don't think it really achieves anything. I think society would be a lot better if we're all pretty conservative Christian.
Really?
Christian.
But I'm not. I'm not at all. But not. I take that back. Not conservative Christian, but I think like for a lot of people it's good.
Yeah.
And I think eventually we'll go back there. We're
We're
be
going to
back
go
there.
back to conservative.
Because I
Christian.
think it's all falling apart now.
Is this actually like
People
a good
are lonely.
time for Kanye
People are
and Fuentes to
lonely.
come up?
No, they're fuck them. They're all psychos. But I'm talking about just like
But that's their ideology. It's
just
like conservative
general.
Christian,
No,
put
but
God
I don't mean
first.
consent. I mean like,
Dude, They love God.
I know they love God. Okay, I got to make this point before it looks really bad, right?
No, yeah.
People are depressed. They feel like there's no hope or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the church was it was a community thing. It was a place for people to go on a Sunday and they'd have a friends there and they'd meet people there, make new friends, and they'd have the barbecue and all this shit.
Preach.
Yeah, and also there's this whole, everyone's like lonely and depressed and feel like they've got nothing to live for and there's no meaning in life.
They should go on TikTok.
Well,
So many videos.
You're never alone on TikTok. I find I'm scrolling a lot more than ever.
Yeah, why do I need God when I've got a silly dog?
but like I think porn is
Why do I need God when there's a 16-year-old girl dancing? It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm. Dude, you're not on TikTok.
And it's your last warning. You literally can't keep going. You've got one more chance and you're literally going to be arrested.
You're not even watching a video. You're filming one. Yeah, I think the world would be... I understand. Like, I feel like if you're religious, you probably have a better day-to-day, I would say.
Yeah, so what's this idea? So
I think
what
like
is it exactly?
I think that the ideal life of a man is to work like at some kind of construction operation, marry at like 25.
Yeah.
I hear
have heaps of kids.
The Bin Laden family is hiring.
No, just let me hear me out. I think it's and then have kids, buy a house in the suburbs, and just come home and
That sounds
smash beers.
a little bit.
Or is it beautiful? Or is it
Nah,
actually really beautiful?
I think it's beautiful.
There is
That's
something
the
kind of
way?
beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's the way. I think it really is the way. Having kids, like a
Being an
nice
alcoholic.
Yeah, I think alcohol.
Testosterone suppressants.
You just start. I think at the you just end up getting smashed every night, which is nice.
Do you though, or do you kind of have enough of a community? Because I think we may have even talked about this on another episode. Just the idea you have like your work friend, you have your family.
But this
at
is the thing
home,
what people
you
don't
all, like, meet
understand.
up for
You can
dinner.
have 6 beers a night and be fine.
right.
Like you can come home. Like this is the problem. People see this whole thing about living a million years. I think you should be pounding beers and on the chuffs or the cigarettes.
Yeah, should we bring cigarettes back?
You
Cigarettes
need a
need to
vice.
come back.
They should.
You need
come
something
back.
to come home to besides the wife and kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got your whiskey and you got your
Yeah,
cigar.
there's the bar.
Yeah.
It's, you can't do that anymore. Like back in the day, the tradies would be off at 3. They'd be in the pub where the drinks are so cheap you can get smashed. And
All I see is tradies in the pubs.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Well, yeah, they are. They're doing that.
They're
So
doing the right thing.
they're doing the right thing, basically. That's
Yeah,
a good.
We're doing
that's
the
a good way
wrong
of life.
thing. We're like these weird.
No, I don't
wanna
think
chase
all
something.
of us will probably end up there. Like that's where everyone ends up.
Getting a trade and then ending up at the pub.
Yeah,
Really?
everyone. That's where we'll all end up.
the
Ooh, you know, like Maslow's hierarchy, maybe self-actualization is a myth. Maybe it's only afforded to a very few extremely successful people that is coincidental.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Luck
luck.
of the draw, yeah.
Exactly, and maybe the average person kind of chases that. I don't necessarily subscribe to it, but I'm just saying for like devil's advocate, maybe that's...
But isn't that the dream?
We're not
life?
all going to make it. We're all going to have something like
Is that
pretty
not the
humble.
dream life?
What,
I don't
just
know if that's
get-
the dream life. That's a life.
It's the white
That's
picket
your
fence,
average
job,
Aussie
family.
I think it's a good. But
That's
why
the
does
Aussie
everyone?
dream.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think it'd be a great life.
If everyone made $1 million a year, do you think this could happen?
$1 million
No,
wouldn't
if
be
ev-
$1 million.
Let's go into
Inflation, bro.
Let's go into communism.
All
Is
of
there
a
an
sudden,
answer there?
all of a sudden,
Well, here's
everyone's got $1
the
million.
thing with communism and socialism, right? These Newtown types, who I obviously love them all.
Yeah.
Very, they're talking about socialism or whatever. They're, nothing wrong with that. I'm a bit of a,
so
centre-left
annoying.
geezer myself. But, they talk about socialism. What they don't realise about socialism is if we go to socialism, they're going to be spending 12 hours a day in a coal mine. And to be honest, I think it'd be the best thing for them.
That's great. I love that.
You know what I mean? No, seriously. It's not a joke. If we went to that society that they talk about, that's what it'd be. It'd be working and you'd be dead at 45. And for a lot of these people, they're going to get a illustrious career in HR. I think they'd be happier.
the coal mine. Yeah.
what
no, it's true. I actually.
I
yeah,
genuinely.
I know, yeah, I
could
can
you
tell.
how happy would you? You work 6 days a week. You have the government gives you a flat
Yeah.
in like an apartment building.
Yeah.
Probably got a gorgeous wife, Russian. maybe, gorgeous Russian wife.
Okay, yeah.
In the coal mine for 12 hours. Imagine the banter with the boys in the coal
Oh,
mine.
life is all about banter.
I mean,
literally.
the boys in the coal mine, banter will be on the top level, come home, get smashed,
Yep.
then go back to work
Rinse
the next
and
day.
repeat.
Yeah, and pound out some kids, and then die at 50.
Continue it.
Hold up.
No. I meant like have children. I meant like.
Oh, have children. No, I disagree then. I'm not interested.
Oh my god.
What if
You almost had me there. I was almost about to get on board.
What if we just have a suburb of communism in Sydney and just
Newtown.
No, but they have to live the full life. There's no
The full
UCIT
communism.
HR degree.
Yeah,
There's no
no
UCIT.
fashion.
No. And that's a
No
beautiful
drugs.
thing. Who's that Slavoj Žižek guy who goes, that socialist guy? He's like Eastern
Are
European.
you on cocaine?
No, his whole thing is he has like a lisp and he goes,
I do know who you're talking
exactly
about.
right.
Yeah.
He has this whole thing about like, please do whatever you want, but don't express yourself.
Right.
Like, be free, do all this shit, but just don't express yourself.
Says that guy into a microphone in an
Expressing
auditorium.
No, but seriously, I'm sick of people expressing themselves, I'm over it.
What should people do? Just kind
Just be
of...
quiet.
6 opinions max. No more.
Not even opinions. You have opinions with the boys.
Yeah.
But like the dressing too much
I'll go
and
over the
the
top.
just fucking posturing in every way.
You mentioned earlier, maybe off pod, the rise of emos again. They kind of
emos
get on
are
my
back.
nerves.
Yeah, I hate
It's
emos.
like you've gone to so much effort
and
just to go outside.
this is the
It
problem
does kind
that
of
people
annoy me.
don't understand about their own lives is
Yeah.
no one's coming to save any of us.
Yeah.
God
you
is.
have to sort your life. No, you have to take responsibility.
Yeah.
Obviously, like that doesn't count if you're like disabled or something. You can't be like take responsibility. But
Yeah.
if you're like a fully able,
Military age male.
military age male,
Yeah. You have no excuse.
yeah, you do. You don't. You don't. You've got to start working out.
Christianity's kind of bulletproof in like any hardship. This is like par for the course.
Yeah, you always feel like, no, this is God's plan. This is God's plan.
But
Lose your
life,
house,
there's
this is
so
God's
much
plan.
shit that happens in life that's just fucking so unfair and hellish.
But do you think that's the
I
only
don't
way to
believe
get
in God.
through
I
with
don't think
this?
God's real, but I know that it'd be good for most people
Yeah.
to be a bit more. It'd calm them down.
Do you do a sneaky prayer at all?
I've thought about just going full Christian,
Full Christian.
just committing.
Really?
Just
Why?
full
Just
conservative.
for your own like.
Just read the
well-being,
Bible
or-
every night and just pray, and just for
Really?
the
Would you
wear like a
believe it, though?
chain. I wouldn't believe it, but I just pretend to, and that would be all
Enough,
that counts.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Do
You
it
know
like
what
a
I mean?
choice, like sexual.
It's like pretending to. It's like when you're at a shitty job and you're like pretending that it's a career.
Like sexual orientation is what I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I cut myself off, but Corinne liked it, so I guess I'll just say
I knew where he was going at with that one. I really enjoyed that a lot.
it is.
Oh,
It
dang.
might be a good choice. What's
To go
his?
Christian. I don't think it's good if you don't actually believe it, though. There needs to be a part of you that's kind of scared.
But I think
It's
it'd
the
be
whole fear
easier to
God
convince
thing.
the general public. They're not hard to convince
Oh, of course
anything.
not. I think most of them could become Christian. Do you think there is, like, you mentioned that
Well, it's a
Christianity
religion
is
of
the
self
way?
at the moment. There's a
Yeah.
religion of celebrities are the new gods.
Yeah, literally.
There's no difference. We all live in religious. Religion will never go. It's always just changing. But the new god is celebrity and.
And it's literally true. Most atheists, most people who are kind of agnostic do idolize celebrities in that way, in the same way that churchgoers idolize Jesus and Mary and all these
Like you
characters.
listen, you go listen to fucking Joe Rogan for an hour every week,
He definitely is a modern day prophet.
That's really true.
or you go to church and listen to the pastor, spread the word for an hour.
Joe
Like it's
Rogan.
the same
Imagine
shit.
if Joe Rogan was just a pastor. Because I think it's the whole idea.
He would
you need
be
to have a
great.
good-
It's
he'd
just
be a great
sales.
pastor.
All that
Yeah.
is sales. Gary Vee is like the modern day, just like pastor, but
But he's a snake oil salesman.
but
he's,
also
he's
so are all
slimy.
those religious types. It's the same thing.
But they're not offering you a
Salvation.
Yes,
an
they
ul-
are. Gary Vee is offering a
He
salvation.
kind of is, I guess.
He's offering the same
If you
thing.
grind,
He's offering
you're gonna get
success. He's
everything.
offering
Yeah.
happiness. He's offering, money.
You're reading the Bible, and on the fifth day, God said, "Grind."
No days off.
I will
There is no
outwork
Sunday.
you.
Just post 3 days a week. That's a good place to start.
Jesus exclaimed, I will outwork you. And that's one thing for sure, is that I will outwork you. No, but it's true.
Hard work's good. I don't think hard work will never hurt anyone.
Right.
People need to learn. But that's the problem. With no one's working hard anymore.
Do we need
Even
to,
most,
though?
yes.
I don't think we need to work hard.
I think we
What
do.
About in,
It's good for
What
you.
about
It's
in
good
London?
for you.
They've just gone to a 4-day work week.
Yeah, but what are you what are
like
you
the sound
doing
of
on the
that.
weekend? I think that's
Enjoying
good.
friends and family.
Yeah, living.
Yeah, but you do.
balanced
What are you
life.
doing from 5 p.m. till midnight when you finish work?
Jerking off.
But that's the problem.
No, what you probably do is I wonder if it is detrimental or to the worker's benefit. Because would you be like, okay, no, I'm going to have tennis now, and then I'm going out for a dinner.
Yeah, but you do that
and then
after work.
But you don't have enough time.
Yes, you do. That's
I
bullshit.
I think people are like grinding and kind of on this train and they're burning out.
Well,
like,
that's these
crazy
bullshit
levels.
HR jobs and all that shit. They're not even real jobs.
Right.
You're actually doing. If those people disappeared, I'm not insinuating anything.
Yeah.
But like, if all those corporate types disappeared, the world wouldn't change.
It'd be better.
It would be better. Like they're sending. Like someone in HR.
Yeah.
You could sexually harass at work.
Well,
Oi, Lisa, you look good in your spandex.
Hey, how are you going? Easy.
Yeah,
Hey, you seem a bit stressed. Yeah. How about that? We bring back sexual harassment. Do you think that would be a better way? Because there's this. It's so funny. There's this 1950s themed cafe that's opening up in Broadway. And I just thought the funniest idea, you go in there and you act like it's a 1950s.
But you know what's
It's like, get this N-word out of here.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting though. You talk to like old couples like in their 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And the way they describe how they met is just sexual harassment for 6 months. And then eventually the woman goes, you know what? He's not that bad.
No, completely. That's how
That's
you had to be
actually
back in the day.
Let's go back.
That's like the only way people would meet.
She gets
He's like,
gaslit
I
until she
told
falls
him,
in love.
it's like, I said I'm not going out with you 10 times. And, you know, eventually I'm like, you know what?
And I said I loved you. And this is 1950. It's not the future yet.
But I guess that
Things are different back now.
but all that time,
The guy in the 1950s kind of knows what he's doing wrong. He's like, dang, what a great time to be a white man. This is a straight white man. This is insane. But yeah. What is the answer? Do we go to Christianity? Do we? Because again, like I said, Nick Fuentes and Kanye do have this idea of we're going to go back to God. We're going to put God first.
They're going back to something.
We're going to go into some sort of a dictatorship. People don't really have choice over religion. It's like the opposite of China, where it's like, no, we're all Christians here.
Not separating state from
it's not the
religion.
opposite of China. It's the exact same. I don't think we should do any of that. But I think people should take it upon themselves to sort out their lives. I don't think it should be a state-sanctioned operation. It probably would work better.
I don't think people can do that, though. I don't think people have that sort of level of control.
But then what will happen is the market will return to equilibrium. That's what people don't understand. There will be a fire. People will starve to death. People will die. People will kill each other. And then there'll be 500,000 humans left and we'll just start again.
Hopefully it's here, where the 500,000 are.
There'll be pockets. There'll be pockets everywhere of people who survive. But it's coming to an end.
Going the way we're going.
Yes.
And these things specifically are the idolization of celebrity, the sexualization of cult society.
Society.
What are your thoughts on the LGBTQ?
What does that
movement?
even mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, is that a
What are my
problem? I know a
thoughts
lot
on
of
it?
conservative people do say that this is responsible for the downfall
Alright,
of...
No, why?
this isn't Rumble.
It's getting crazy. What are your views on aliens? Since you seem very, pessimistic. Do you feel like there's aliens watching and if we send a nuke, they're going to come and
Maybe. I don't know.
scoop it?
I don't know. I'm not really... I mean, at the end of the day,
Never
it's just going to
dabble in
end.
that
It's not
deeply?
going to, It's going to end real quick. Like, it's just going to be a 10-minute, 10 minutes, 10 minutes before you're thinking about, watching The Wire and now you're, burning to death. And it's... And it's just going to
This
be...
is happening very soon.
No, I don't know. I got no idea about the alien thing. But they're definitely... I mean, they're probably real.
You're talking about you're more worried about the end of the world and how this
It's not
is
going to
all
be an
crumbling.
end. It's never going to end. It's just going to change big time. There's going to be a big cull.
Yeah.
And it's just going to, a lot of people are going to die and we're going to start again. And
What
most
about-
of us will probably die. Like everyone's, like there'll be very few who survive.
What about
Sounded
someone
good.
like me that kind of thinks the world's going in a pretty good place? I think things are getting better. I
Things-
think we're at a pretty nice place right now.
Things
You're probably
are
right. That'd be good.
getting better. They're not great.
It's nice here. I don't
They
see
use
any
those
issues.
Yeah, they use those statistics on slavery and stuff like that, and how there are more slaves than ever before, and all these sorts of things.
Now?
And
Yeah.
Well, it's
that's
just
what
because
they
the
always say.
population's getting so
What?
big. There's more
There's all those
slaves
statistics. Yeah.
than ever in
Where?
history.
everywhere.
I can't see him. I guess there's like...
I guess we're all slaves to the Matrix. We're all slaves to the Matrix. That's the thing. What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? He
My dad, who's like 70, loves Andrew Tate.
Of course. I feel like he appeals to the older audience.
He's like, he just goes, you know what? Like my mum's like a school teacher and she's on that. She's a bit of a, semi-woke kind of, English teacher type.
Yeah.
So she comes home talking about Andrew Tate and fucking this
Oh, she
dickhead.
hates him, yeah.
Obviously she hates him. And my dad just at the dinner table.
Get to the kitchen.
I've got my dad into the 9/11 conspiracies. I've got my dad into all the gears. It's so good. Like 9/11 will come up at like a family dinner and my mum would just, shut up, you idiot. And then my dad would just out of nowhere would be like, what about ace elevators? One time, I hadn't seen him in like 2 weeks. I see him. As I'm approaching him, he's like, have you heard about ace elevators? Like, he got me onto that whole thing. I didn't
he
even know.
got you onto it.
No, it's part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
He did some research.
Dang.
But
How
anyway,
old is he again?
68.
68.
Graduated high school in 72.
Goodness gracious.
But anyway, he talks about Andrew Tate. He goes, mate, it's just, people got to stop being afraid of being a man nowadays.
Which is good. I guess Andrew Tate does have the personality of a 68-year-old.
I think he gets carried away. He
Yeah.
gets carried away in some of his points, but the general idea of taking responsibility for your life.
Yeah.
He's like Jordan Peterson, but like a gym bro.
Yeah. And he hates women a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Which isn't good. Just gonna put that out there.
No, good. Let's do it. This is, I like this. Is it not good
To what?
to hate women?
Well, this is the problem. I think
Yeah.
that's porn.
That's a good
is
question to ask.
porn. I think porn is the
You
most
should
like
think about that
Yeah.
deeply.
Now let's go into porn.
porn
You're
is
saying
destroying society.
That's what Kanye West says.
on
as
a
well.
level that's
Yeah.
probably maybe our biggest detriment at the moment. I think
porn
pornography.
and the sexualization of the culture is the downfall of.
Or
do you
I
think
don't know
what
about
happens-
sexualization, but pornography is destroying men.
Well, let's
Right.
just say I'm addicted to the downfall of society.
Could it be helping at the same time?
No, it's nothing
In no
more
way
than
what's...
Or
So
do you
it's
think it
a-
goes
it's
so
a-
far that it actually people get sick of it? Because if porn is more and more available, every single person has an OnlyFans. It's no
It's
longer
no. I
attractive.
don't think it'll ever get. And no one will ever get sick of porn. It's a human. It's a genetic. It's like a primal reaction in the brain.
What about the whole no-fat movement? And that just seems to keep getting bigger and bigger.
I think that's
People
a
are
great.
turning away from
I think it's
porn
good.
and-
I think it's good. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic. I think more people need to push it away.
But that's just what happens naturally. That's what's happening, I guess, right now, which is where I have this idea that I think we're going in the right direction. I think
But like
that-
not all men, like pretty much all men will get, will start watching porn now,
Yeah.
at 13, 14, 15, get
Yeah.
into it hard. Maybe 10% of them, if we're lucky, walk away.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's changing a lot.
You think more?
Yeah, I just think there are too many figures who are speaking out against
That's
it. I
good.
just think there's too much. There's too much out there. There are too many people with platforms. There's too much information being spread around. Which is my whole thing. Like, I think the world's getting better because there is more and more information. It is strange when the internet starts up and then everything's kind of like seeming insane. But I think it even goes into like the free speech thing. We need to have all the ideas out there, and then the market's going to kind of categorize a little bit. Be like, okay, no.
But all the
this
ideas
is the-
kind of are out there now. It's like we're kind
No,
of...
I don't think they are. We don't
What do you
really
mean?
have access. Like, even it goes down to the Kanye West interview. I talked about this on the Drink Water podcast.
I want to hear what you guys
Yeah.
think about that.
No, this is good.
What do you guys think about
What
Kanye?
happens straight away with the Kanye West interview is, okay, everyone's talking about this thing. It's like the number one trending thing in the world. I go to look for it. It's not on YouTube. I can't find it anywhere. The only thing I can find on YouTube is a left-wing take on the issue. I can only
But,
hear like
can
a
you-
left-wing pundit talk about how Kanye West is an actual Nazi, saying he loves Hitler, blah, 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 blah.
I did
I
find
can't
that.
find this interview myself. I can only see one
It
side.
was on Twitter. You could see it. It was all over Twitter.
I could see the clips, and then I could see some guy be like, "Yeah,
If you click
let's
on,
cancel
You have
this
to go
guy."
it on. You probably have to go on Infowars and just watch the replay.
if
You,
you,
you went on. You can go on Rumble. Rumble today.
No, but I don't think with that one. I don't think that's. I don't think you can have like a right wing take on that. That's kind of like downplays it. That was, you can't like defend Hitler in any way.
I think
But it's
I
the whole
think-
thing. If you watch the interview, he's saying, "I love Hitler. I love the doctor that killed my mother. I love pedophiles. I love everyone because I'm a Christian." That's his whole angle, and he's also has this idea of, let's say if I love Hitler, am I going to get cancelled for that? But I love everyone. But I'm
and
going
So
to
you're
get
saying
cancelled.
because I haven't seen the full clip either. So maybe you're
Yeah.
saying there's context.
There's
that
a
hasn't-
lot of context
that
in the
hasn't been
video.
brought in.
Yeah, huge context.
he's always been someone who has like broken down a wall and pushed it very far so that there's room to play where it's safe in so many ways. And I think now he's doing that with speech.
Yeah.
And he's saying the most radical shit.
He's being a
that
martyr for free speech.
Isn't savory at all and is very disagreeable to the common person. Mostly everyone, unless you're like actually anti-Semitic.
Oh, the only thing though, he's not saying I love Hitler's ideas about the Jewish people. He's saying I love Hitler because I'm a Christian. He's not saying I love Nazis because of what they did to the Jewish people. He's saying I love Nazis as human beings.
No, but he
He's
also
nev-
said.
He did. At
he
the end of the
goes-
interview, he says it like so many times.
Yeah, he says it so many times because he's trying to. In the interview, what he keeps on doing is like, no, I love Nazis. But like, you hear that, Netanyahu? I'm going to say I love Nazis. They're going to cancel me for this. And it's like, I love everyone. I love you. I love the Jewish people that have wronged me over in contracts. I love everyone. So he's pretty straightforward in like, he's not saying, hey, but guys, I'm an actual Nazi. I think there is a Jewish problem and we should kill this group of people. I think we should go to the streets and do something about this. We should go commit hate crimes. He's not saying that at all. It's more of a testament to like towards free speech. It's like, can I say something that I don't actually believe in the way that you think I do?
Yeah,
and
because
get
we're so
cancelled?
sensitive to speech, which we should be, because we're coming out of a time where speech is everything, and now we're online, and it's like, I don't know. I think the whole wave is like, there's irony, all this shit, there's so many layers to shit, and we're recalibrating to a world with social media and stuff to be less
Yeah.
sensitive about shit. And also, actually, so I was having drinks with some friends, and someone was like, have you seen the Kanye stuff? And I'm like,
Dang, this
not
is
a
good.
proponent,
Yeah.
but it's like, obviously I don't fucking agree with what he's saying, but there's a sentiment there, and there's shit going back, and the person I was speaking to clearly only saw the headlines.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, yeah, didn't he say blah, 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 blah? And it's like, none of you...
No
watched
one's
any-
watched this thing.
Yeah.
And you can't
Exactly,
watch
yeah.
it. You can't watch it. It's like, oh, the Kanye thing, let me go look. And then you can only look at left-wing correspondents say how he said that he loves Hitler and he loves Nazis, and that's all he said.
Point being, they weren't going to look at it.
Yeah, yeah. of
It's
course.
just like these headlines and shit, and it's kind of like, great. I think it's a great
there's
place
a
for people to
law.
look into
There's
shit
a
now.
law in New South Wales. I think maybe the whole of Australia is definitely New Zealand as well. That if you possess or view or possess any material that can be deemed grossly offensive by the general public, you can go to jail for a year.
Well, I guess
What?
I'm going
Yeah,
to be spending
there's
a
no
year in
free
Child
Spain.
porn's fine though, right?
So that you know that I don't know if they're like that mass shooting in New Zealand, like that video is now illegal. So if you
Christchurch.
yeah,
What,
so
what
if you
about you've
possess
just got
that
like
video,
a photo,
you
like
can go to
from
jail.
the 70s, just of Johnny Rotten
bring-
going.
Elvis shaking his head.
So yeah, buddy, you gotta go. Sorry, that's absolutely offensive.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if you possess that mass shooting in New Zealand, you get like 6 years in prison.
Yeah,
And
it's
Australia
insane,
here. I'll look up the law because it's an
Yeah.
interesting, like, they've worded it interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah. Anyway.
We're gonna look this up. Like, yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
Your whole take on, I guess.
No, it's fine. We'll wait, Hughie.
Yeah,
No,
look it up.
no.
We're
You
kind of
guys
doing
go.
a thing right now. But yeah, no, I want to know your thoughts, I guess, on Kanye West running for president.
I don't think
Your thoughts on Nick Fuentes What's your take on this whole situation?
Look. You know, no one's been talking about it. I think my take's very original. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know anything about either of them. I've never even listened to any of Kanye's music. I'm not a
Real? Oh yeah, you only listen to like what is it, 70s rock?
yeah. So
Stuff like that.
I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know anything about the other guy. I saw the other guy in the Louis Theroux documentary. He seemed like a bit of a psycho fucking right wing guy.
Yeah.
And obviously Kanye. I mean, I don't think what he said's defensible. So
Okay. That's good. I just want to know the take.
I'm very confused by it too. Like, there is shit there to unpack, and I don't think it's all bad. Yeah, I don't agree with anything he's saying, but there's a principle underneath.
Can you
I think
say
is maybe
that
valuable.
you love all people? Is kind
but
of the
no
real
one loves
question.
all people. I don't love all. Is that a speed camera there?
That is not. Nah,
Nah,
that's
it's
lightning.
lightning.
What would have
God's
Jesus?
angry.
What would have Jesus done with?
God's
these
angry, we're getting
people?
too close
Yeah,
to
we-
the truth. Raf,
Oh, wait, okay. We'll stop. Okay.
Raf, do you
He's
think
wrong?
there's any utility in this shit going on with Kanye?
Utility? In what way do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Is this good? Is it
Is it-
good? Is it? Do you think it's a good thing for
Is it-
Kanye
yeah,
West?
is it beneficial for
I think
society?
there's good and bad in any single instance.
Yeah.
Always.
So what's some of the good? Well, you say what we're all thinking, man.
Is this Rumble or YouTube?
This is on YouTube, and I
This
know
is on
you
Spotify,
can't.
dude.
Yeah, this is on everywhere. Joe
Yeah.
Rogan.
This is on what? Sorry.
This is going to like the normie platforms.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is, I guess there's you have to kind of watch what you
Okay,
say.
I'll say one good part of it is
Yeah.
that he has exposed how a lot of far right wing people think and how they dodge around these issues. And he is just kind of saying, even though he might not be trying to say what they say, but the way it comes off, especially the clips, is kind of what all these people dance around. And it is exposing that a lot.
He seems worse than Trump, almost.
Yeah, but I don't think he's trying to do that. I don't really know what he's trying to do at this point necessarily. Maybe it is the crazy free speech, love everyone, Jesus is king. He is Jesus himself coming back.
Yeah, I think.
And he's trying to redefine it. He's like, no, like, we're not the good people. Everyone's good, blah, blah, blah. But
The religious stuff is so annoying
yeah.
throughout the interviews.
Yeah,
But it is that thing, like, even talking about it now, it is that feeling that on YouTube you can't say whatever you want freely. You do have to choose your words wisely, which is probably good, but yeah.
It goes into the free speech thing. What's your take on free speech, young boy?
I think it's important. You know, it was. You know, it's. I think it's nothing more needs to be said. I think we've figured out. You know, by now that it's important to have free speech and just can we relax on the whole oppression of speech thing. But I think it's good that we can call out. It's good because we then can call out things like this and say that it's wrong. You know, like. Because obviously what people don't understand is when they make laws and all this shit about, you can't possess things that are deemed offensive by the general public. That's maybe
Can
fine.
we make that same joke again?
That may be fine now when they pass the law, but what if in 50 years everyone's hyper-conservative and you've got something now which is considered very, fine, but you go to jail for it in the future from this
100%.
law?
Yeah.
The pendulum swings.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what Bill Cosby was doing was okay back then.
That's it.
And that's the real.
No,
that's the real
no.
What are your views on just masturbation then in general? If porn's evil, do you think just...
I don't think it's evil. I don't think I think masturbation's natural.
So
You
that's
can-
all right?
you can touch
But you
yourself.
can't watch a video and touch yourself.
I think there's levels of the evil. I think high definition.
Levels of evil.
Yeah,
There's level
So
of
like the
evil in
Playboy
porn
mags
industry.
is like the limit.
I'm not there. I don't want to go. I personally think it's better to just go no stimulation.
So no masturbation.
okay.
No,
Just use
like
your
visual
thoughts.
stimulation.
What
Visual
if-
You
stimulation.
what
just
if you
have to
are-
think about it.
Yeah, what if you were on TikTok earlier that day watching the 16-year-olds dance and thinking, can you think about that? Do we have... Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, everyone. This is a comedy
that's
podcast.
funny, that's funny.
We're being silly boys.
Nah.
I thought we're being
Sausage
silly
boys.
boys, everyone.
I think
It's a silly boy podcast.
I was going to say with the Kanye thing, we've been calling people Nazis for fucking probably 5 years since the cancel culture thing kicked off. He's acting like a literal Nazi right now. and it's like, oh, okay, That's a Nazi. You know what I mean? These guys maybe aren't. Maybe we should.
Kanye isn't a Nazi. A Nazi is a fully like
And that's the other thing.
Sieg-heiling-
If he's not a Nazi, these guys definitely aren't Nazis.
There's this whole thing. I find it fascinating. Everyone calls each other like people on the right call the left Nazis, and then the left call
Me
the
and
right
my friends,
Nazis.
we all call each other
Because it's
Nazis.
like, well, then what is an actual Nazi? If Kanye is a Nazi, what is a person that's actually there, all patched up, and he's like, no, I want to do exactly all the evil things that Hitler did?
Well, the
is
part-
that a Nazi,
Well,
or are they both
yeah, what
Nazis?
is that?
Well, what about in Germany? Like at the time, like who were were the whole population Nazis, or was it just people in the SS, or was it was it people involved in youth programs, or
Was it people misgendering someone? Were they also Nazis?
I guess.
Okay, we're not going to make that.
No, that's exactly the point. That's beautiful. It's like, I don't know.
I get these stares, okay?
Because like there are plenty of people in. Oh, that's probably a bad take, but
Go on.
What's the take? Let's hear it.
But it's like there's shit that goes on now that our government does and our allied governments do that we don't really do anything about, and history won't look back on us well. And are we the problem? Like, are we evil for going along with it?
That's true. That's true. Are we
Like
evil for owning iPhones? Are we evil for...
It is, yeah, exactly. I mean, if we're totally ethical people, we might do, other things if we don't... You know what I mean? But we don't, because it's like that would ruin our lives, and we kind of just take going with the motions and...
The system's set up. What are you going to do? Like, what
without,
can you do?
Well... But yeah, you
You
can't...
can learn how to fly a plane.
No. Yeah, no, you can't really do anything reasonable that won't ruin your life.
Right. Which is kind of scary.
Like, even if you go really hard in the journalism and like start exposing these things, you either get excommunicated from all forms of journalism, or you get assassinated by the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true.
What is a Nazi?
It's true. And I guess things are always going to kind of like be
It's
that
a good
way.
question.
Going
It's like-
after the people you shouldn't go after. There's certain groups you just kind of can't go after. There's
It's
certain
like
things you can't do.
the What Is a Woman documentary.
Right.
What is a Nazi?
What is a
Let's
Nazi?
break it down.
Yeah.
Let's break down what a Nazi is.
I guess
Yeah.
there is that thing. It's like when you call someone a racist who isn't necessarily racist, they just made a racist joke. They don't actually hate black Asian people, and then you call them racist.
Yeah.
And then, like, you've used that word now. Now, if you actually see someone who's like, no, I hate black people, they should die.
Yeah.
Is he also racist? Or have you now, like, if you use a word over and over and over, you, like, take away from it.
100%.
In a way. And now it's like, now that word, you can't even use it on people that are actually that thing.
Because
Yeah, you've got
nowadays...
one to use a year.
Yeah.
So use it wisely.
Because what happens now saying you hate a black person is considered based. Do
You
know
call
what
a guy
I mean?
making a joke. There's a guy literally kicking another guy in the street. And you're like,
I don't know what that is, but that guy's, I know that guy's racist. I know that for sure because he said something.
well, that guy was racist and he was making a... This guy's kicking... Is he joking?
Maybe that's the joke.
I know, too easy, young boy.
Yeah.
But dang, yeah.
Dang,
Okay.
interesting stuff. I don't even really... Yeah, it's a very tricky one. I
Yeah.
did hear a funny thing. It's like someone being like... what is it like? It's like someone, like you said, making a racist joke. And they're like, my best friend's black.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. And then that sounds... It's like, no, that's racist.
Yeah.
You saying that is worse. And then it's kind of like someone being like, oh, you hate scrambled eggs. And it's like, no, I had scrambled eggs this morning. It's like, who are you trying to convince, buddy?
Maybe that's the point.
There's that
whole, my
language
friend
thing.
is-
It's like when you overuse language, you can you're changing the definition of terms.
Yeah.
Without even really knowing it in a scary way. I don't know.
That's literally true, because
Yeah.
Nazi now means jerk.
Yeah,
Or
it's
it's
like
there.
a bigot. You're just like a, I don't know.
Maybe swear words became too cool. Fuck. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And now we need to take it to the
We
next
need
level.
something better. Your Nazi's a great word, isn't it?
And it's
It's
a
like-
crazy word to say.
There's a
It's like
Nazi
you-
over in the corner, everyone.
Yeah.
There's a Nazi over.
That person's responsible for a Holocaust.
Yeah, and it's just some white guy with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And because he has dreadlocks and appropriating black culture, he's therefore a Nazi. But there's an actual Nazi in the corner. Nazi, and it's just a guy with dreads.
There's another guy with the patch and everything like, let's get him, fellas. Yeah, dang.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Oh, the young boys come back. I'm trying to think. We don't have too long left. I want to see if we can get into another little.
What's
rabbit
new in
hole.
Sydney?
Yeah, what's the big thing going on?
Who's that YouTuber got his house firebombed?
Oh, Friendly Geordie.
Friendly Geordie.
What
Do you
happened?
guys know him? He lives at Bondi now, I guess. But
What happened? Firebombed? What for what? Is he a
I
Nazi?
guess.
He's going to war with gambling. He's going to war with Clubs New South Wales, like the gambling operation, and that's all bikie money.
what have they ever
laundering.
done wrong?
Oh, you Are you kidding? So they're going after him for that?
Yeah, he's in a lawsuit with them, and he's exposing a lot of the money laundering things that go on there, and I think that'd be involved.
He's
I mean,
calling it out. He's
you
sick of
can't
the
play
bull.
with
Yeah.
if you play with money like you can't. If you're gonna take away that much money from a group of people, they're not gonna fucking be nice to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one wants to give charity.
It's a message.
So
it's
he's
a real
kinda like-
message.
he's
And he
kinda like
said
the
he's going
Kanye
to
of
stop
Australia.
uploading videos.
He's gonna what?
Stop uploading videos.
Yeah,
Why?
I saw that.
They're just
He's
gonna whack
scared.
him.
They tried to kill him. Threw a
That's
Molotov
so
cocktail through his
crazy.
window.
Hey man, that amount of money that's going around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll get rid of him. It's not that difficult to get someone killed. When you're playing with that amount of money, that was a warning. That was we know where you live and we're not fucking around.
Should we take on the gambling company?
Yeah. Should we do it? They can't take on all,
Yeah, well,
on
I mean,
all
I'll
of us.
speak for the podcast.
Yeah, what are you guys doing this weekend?
I lost.
They can't.
No, but he wasn't
kill all
just
of
taking
us.
them on. He was exposing like deep corruption and.
Yeah.
Don't you have a fair chance with pokey machines, though?
Mate,
Is
I
it
win every.
50-50?
It's a retirement plan.
Yeah.
I literally didn't know anything about that friendly.
I think you have like a
Geordies
0.0001% chance or something crazy.
in the pokies.
Yeah.
What's
It's
going on?
insane.
How are we when it comes
It's
to
banned in like
gambling?
every single country in the entire world.
Pokies?
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much, besides like two
Well,
countries.
you know how pokies have destroyed Sydney in many ways. It's like many venues, they had this area that they used to have for bands and
Yeah.
live things and all these. But now that venue room, part of the
crazy,
venue, is just
yeah.
whack a bunch of
It's
poker machines
insane.
in there. So there's no
Well, they play music
the
too.
room. Yeah,
What do I want to hear? Shitty originals of the same song for 3 hours.
that's true. But it's really hurt the whole like artistic side of nightlife in Sydney. Really.
Okay, here we go. Here's the answer, right? We get rid of the poker machines. We appease the gamblers. We have a different form of gambling.
Well, sports bet. I think sports bet and all that shit's
I
fine.
think that's okay.
Really?
We go back to
I mean, it's
sports
not
betting.
good.
Promoting it to like little kids.
Yeah.
What about, do you know what I've noticed in the gambling industry? Those silly claw machines.
They're
Those sorts of
Have you
games.
seen that it opens when you grab it? I did one the other night.
Yeah.
Got it. It's coming up. I'm like, let's go. I only
Yeah.
paid $10, and then it just gets to the top, and it's like, just dropped it.
Yeah, it drops it.
No one's there. You can't complain.
Do you know it was crazy? There's literally, if you look around the city, there's like almost one in every corner now. This isn't even a joke.
Rig Snickers.
It's
Big Snickers.
literally like, it's just gambling for kids. It's like, oh yeah, no, you can go, you want
I
this
don't,
toy?
know, I don't think it's gambling.
You know what
It's
is gambling for kids?
100% gambling. It's like, do you want this big fluffy toy? Let's try to get it for $1.
I don't
and
know
then you
if-
spend hundreds of dollars. Do you know who's there?
Kids.
A lot of Chinese people. And
That's why I'm always hanging around them.
it's literally just true, and they're the majority of people who are in the casinos gambling. And it's this whole idea that people who have gambling problems are going to put it on their kids and be like, oh no, we're going to go here and gamble with our kids, and we're going to go gamble ourselves
Definitely
later.
is starting your brain on that little
It's the
like,
exact
reward
same thing.
system.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to gamble. I may not actually win this little toy, but if I kind of do the right thing, there's a chance I will.
But even like with video games and shit, there's so many of those mechanisms in it. Like,
Yeah. But this is like
Like
right next to
CS:GO,
pokies. It's
fucking-
opening up on every single corner, and it's getting crazy. They're packed.
Is it good?
Packed.
Is this a way of life?
Gambling.
Because, again, back to
should we just
those-
embrace
those that
the
say there's-
degeneracy and just fully go full?
That's what I'm saying. There's no self-actualization. Just have a stimulus going. It's better. We're not just going to fucking die. I've got a cat. I'm pretty sure he doesn't think. He just is. You know what I mean? And if we're gambling,
Profound.
we've got food, we've got water, we've got shelter, we've got things that, just get us by. That's probably enough. We can just be fat as fuck and hit a button.
Like the people on Wally, just in the chairs, sunk back.
How about
Yeah.
we live, laugh,
Love. Yeah.
I think that's the answer. We need a better answer to that. Let's start going after the people. Friendly Geordies is literally great. I'm glad he's going after something.
Oh, he's stopped now.
And being a bit of a martyr.
He's stopped.
We need more friendlies. By the way, there's the whole idea. Everyone's looking for clout.
There's been
if you
all
want to
these-
have a lot of attention on yourself, start going after the gambling industry.
That's it. They make your life a living hell. I mean,
But still,
it's-
you're going to be famous.
Yeah, but there's other. You know what I mean.
No, but literally, you're going to be famous if you start doing this thing.
Yeah, but people have done other things that aren't good, that are tough on their lives, that make them famous. You know what I mean? Like,
Not that straightforward. Just get a camera in front of yourself. Do exactly what Friendly Geordies was
you
doing.
get something else in front of yourself and start getting famous. You know?
Not in the same way. You could start an OnlyFans, but I'm talking about the young military age males
It is a crazy
Yeah.
age where
who want to stand for something. Do you know what I mean? Literally start going after these big corporations and start fighting back a little bit.
And we don't mean using any kind of violence.
No, we don't. We literally just mean being like a
Doing a
smarmy,
podcast and
yeah, being
talking
like a
about
smarmy guy on camera, being like, actually, they're doing this happened, that happened, mixed with a little bit of comedy in between.
If you
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, a few laughs in between, and then get your place firebombed. I think a lot of people would love to have their place firebombed. People would love to be, I don't know, on the newspaper.
Looking for a new house.
Yeah. It's a cool thing to do.
they look and see themselves in the newspaper before they put it over themselves on a park
What is
bench.
it like? Firebombing. I mean, I haven't heard about a fire, but I don't think it's the first firebombing that's been kind of in my life that I can remember. Like,
Yeah. I haven't heard of anything like this. It's crazy. I can't believe I haven't heard about this more.
it's a crazy. Yeah. What? Yeah.
It's insane. And that I literally do mean if there are any young people who are kind of lost, want something to kind of fight for, some sort of cause to rally behind, it would be that exactly.
What
You're
exactly?
actually gonna make
Sorry.
it-
What?
To go after the gambling industry
right,
in
okay,
Sydney.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It literally would be a noble cause. You're
Yeah.
helping people. There's like a bit of danger. It's like going to war.
But it's like all these people work in these kind of industries. I remember I met someone who works in the gambling industry, and she like designs she's like a graphic designer for the poker machine.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how do you feel about that? And they're like, oh, it's just a job. Like, no one's really like, all these people work at the big banks and, work at all these kind of operations. They kind of really detach themselves from the
Well, you'd be worried
reality
about
of
it
what
if it
they're
was
doing.
her passion.
It's like, I'll get them all. They will all come to my machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Dang. Anything else?
I love this job. I was best job in the world. Gets out of bed. I was going to say, did you ever play those games at Time Zone when you were a kid? And it's like the money machine. It's got like a wall that pushes backwards and forwards, and you
Yeah.
drop the coin in. And
Yeah.
like goes
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was
Great.
lit.
Gambling's
I love
fun.
that.
Maybe gambling's just
Gambling is a
fun.
lot of fun.
Gambling is a lot of fun. Let's just
But
just
some
kind of-
people just can't do it in any form of moderation.
Do you think they become like the pedestrians? Should we just kind of let them suffer, or do we try to help the gamblers, or do you think it's too far gone? They're all too far gone.
Maybe I think we should. Here's what I would do. I would remove the pokies from like pubs and stuff, and just
Yeah.
keep like the casinos. Just
Yeah, okay. We
go
can keep
casinos and sports bet, and just remove pokies from every place you go.
Pokies aren't fun. No one's at the pokies. Like, everyone's sitting there just like...
Yeah.
But yeah, the casino's fun. You actually have a chance. It's like 45% chance.
Yeah,
on
and
some
you're just having a
game.
bit of like
Yeah.
there's you got to have the freedom to be able to have some fun. Like I don't want to ban anything, but I think it'd be a step in the right direction. But then again, a lot of venues would go bankrupt because that's the only thing that's keeping them. It's a question. It's like for a lot of these things, it's the only thing that's keeping the business operating.
But then they need to invest in something better, like the Sydney comedy scene.
Yeah, like selling drugs is the only thing keeping the bikies operating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cocktail.
It's a good house to get cocktail.
It's a great one, actually.
Yeah, if they made it so the windows open like maybe like what's that, like 7 inches?
Yeah.
The length of my penis. What's that, like 4 inches?
What's that like? What's that like? 70 inches?
So they throw the cocktail in and there's 2 bikies over there and they're like, whoa, good shot. And high five. Just go about their day. Should we wrap?
Yeah, I think we might wrap.
You know what I want to get into? So what are you looking forward to this week, guys? What's going
I
on?
like that.
I might go to the beach tomorrow.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, nothing like some
Beach.
sun.
What beach?
Maybe have a
Where can they
beer.
see you?
Yeah, where can they see
You
you?
could find me a beach on the eastern suburbs somewhere. beer in hand, relaxing, day off.
I like that.
Beautiful.
Omar the Messenger. Find us on Rumble.
Yeah, find us on Rumble.
Drink
YouTube,
Water Podcast.
Drink Water
everyone.
Podcast.
Drink Water Podcast then.
Hughie, what are you looking forward to, man?
Just
You
live.
Getting up? You getting up?
Getting up. Check me out on the Stop Talking Over Me podcast. We don't talk about any of this shit. It's more silly, more funny.
Who's
Me and Josh Duffy, another funny comic in Sydney. I'll be around. I'll be there. Check me out. I'm a delusional open mic comedian, and it'd be interesting to, I think it'd be interesting to hear me talk. So.
And if they want to firebomb your house as well, what's the best address for the
Make it easy for us.
What's the
Nah, but
address? Yeah.
no addresses. But yeah, no. Check me out.
Sick.
Right.
What are you looking forward to, man?
What am I looking forward to this week? I'm going to see Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm going to see Kendrick Lamar on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that.
Please don't kill my vibe.
Yeah. Another Black Hebrew Israelite. Like
Is he a
Kanye
Black
West.
Hebrew?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, Yahweh.
A lot of them.
Praise
It's
be to
almost like it was
Yahweh.
real.
It's almost like you're in the room with one as well.
And it's not the one you think.
But yeah, what are we looking forward to over here?
Got a song coming out on Friday.
Oh, come
Pew, pew,
on.
pew,
Here we
pew.
go, everyone.
Cronulla Riots.
No.
Earhart,
Earhart.
Yeah.
my
Sick.
my baby,
Ooh,
my
baby.
brainchild.
Beautiful.
Child Earhart.
Yep, song coming out on Friday. Looking forward to that.
What's
It's
the
gonna
name
be
of the
fucking
song?
lit.
What's the name of
Smile.
Smile, everyone.
Yeah.
Very
These two
fitting.
know a lot about that.
I smile all the time.
Do
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
All the time.
Is that a lyric? Smile all the time. I smile all the time.
Let's not-
Sounds like it
let's
could be.
let's just write a song.
Right now.
Yeah. No, I got to run.
All right.
All right,
Peace
people.
out. Thanks for
I'm
coming on,
sorry
guys.
if I
It was
said
fucking
anything
lit.
bad. Have a good one.
No, you
Bye.
didn't.
No, it was
I did.
great, dude.